Happy Halloween, everybody. It's that time of year, the spookiest day ever. Halloween is upon us. So to get into the spirit, yesterday we did top 10 most horrifying parts of non-horror games. And today we're doing the spookiest list of all, top 10 ghosts. And to start this list off, we're going all the way back to the Super Nintendo with Creepy Crow from Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Kong Quest. Now this was one of the first bosses I had ever seen die and come back as a ghost. Yeah. But, I mean, Creepy Crow, he wasn't that difficult. I mean, his strategy was kind of meh. I saw right through it. But, you know, you gotta jump on the physical crows instead of the ghost crows to get a barrel to hit him. Which he can apparently get hit by barrels still, which is what killed him in the... Well, no, it was eggs in the first place, but... Yeah, Creepy Crow is just a ghost crow. He comes back to haunt Diddy and Dixie on their quest to save Donkey Kong.
Next, we have the Wraiths from The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. Now, they were always creepy and making all those screeching, scary noises at you and trying to scratch you. And well, you didn't have to do it with every Wraith, but you know, a lot of time you had to plant that one sign that slows them down. I forgot what it's called, Uridan or something like that. And that just slowed them down and made them physical so you could hit them. But I'm gonna give a special shout out to, in my opinion, the most memorable one, because it was the first one, was the Noon Wraith. And you have to...
Oh, yeah. Finding her remains at the bottom of that well, and then lighting her skeleton on fire to fight this jawless monster. Oh. It's so creepy looking.
It's really creepy looking.
Her tongue is just like flapping in the wind, and no jaw. She's in this tattered mummy dress looking thing. She's very creepy.
It's toward the beginning of the game, too, so you're not really strong enough to fight something like that easily.
Well, the villagers knew exactly who to call on that one, and Geralt sparred with the Spectre at high noon.
Now, the last place you would expect to see a ghost is in the jungles of Russia. But apparently, one, they exist, and two, it's the Sorrow from Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Now, this ghost is really creepy. He's always, like, before you fight him, he's in the cutscenes, just kind of chilling behind the Russians, like whispering into their ears. And when you do finally get to fight him, he parades all the people you have killed in front of you, and if you touch them, he just like zaps you with ghost lightning or something, and you get hurt. It's such a weird and different fight for the entire series. There's nothing like it, because he's a straight up ghost. There's no nanomachines to explain it. He's just a ghost.
I really liked how the bodies, if you killed a bunch of people, were a lot harder to dodge because you just loaded up that swamp.
Yeah, it's polluted with bodies.
Yeah, and it was really weird how like you're just going along and most of them didn't seem to care that you were there, and then occasionally one would just get mad and start lunging at you. And you can't even really call that a fight. It was just a walk down a river with a bunch of ghosts, and he would occasionally shoot ghost energy at you.
Then, it was just creepy and offsetting because nothing else was like that in the game, really.
Yeah, take your fake death pill just to get out of it.
Yeah, you did. Apparently a fake death pill is the one way to thwart the freaky phantom that the Sorrow is.
Now, this ghost has been scaring us since 1984, and in 2009 she came back for round 2. The Gray Lady in Ghostbusters the video game was such a cool boss. You had the book force field.
The book golem?
Yeah, the book golem.
Like, that was the worst part to me.
She would just stack up books behind you sometimes, freak you out.
Yeah, the whole level she was taunting you kind of. You know,
shushing you.
Even though she's running around screaming like a banshee. And she's got her little book golem minions and the book bats flying around.
Yeah. And I love how Ray is so excited to see her again because he's like, oh man, this is the first one. We never got her. she was too scary back then.
I still don't see why they didn't go back. Like,
Yeah.
after you take down Gozer,
Yeah, I mean,
Great
that's
Lady, I
kinda
figured
where-
like, oh yeah, we might want to wrap up that loose end.
Yeah, but it's a really cool enemy how they talk about the temperature has lowered, so you know stuff's about to go down.
Yeah, and you start seeing your character breathing, and it was really interesting how they gave her like a little backstory and fleshed out the character a little bit. She's not just some random ghost, but it felt really good silencing her because busting makes me feel good.
In the Hall of Champions, you came across one ethereal enemy that gave you a challenge like none other. In Shovel Knight, you had to fight the Ghost King. And it wasn't a normal boss fight where you just whack him with your shovel.
No, it is not.
No, you had to bounce orbs back and forth and shoot lasers at him for some reason, and
Because the light hurts him.
Oh,
He's
that's
a creature of the darkness. You hit these light orbs and they shoot out like holy light, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure
Yeah.
what that is,
Yeah.
but
It's just a really,
magic.
Yeah.
Explain it away with magic.
if you get the timing down, like you can hit him with the double beam.
Yeah,
and
I don't know if it
was
does
just
double
cool.
damage, but it's double satisfying.
Yeah.
And that was tough because I, for the life of me, when I played it, granted it was like late at night and I probably wasn't thinking clearly. I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to hurt him.
Oh yeah, I died a couple of times before I figured it out.
Yeah, you just gotta pogo on those light balls until you hit him. But I mean, he gets faster and faster, and he gets his own tiny ghost force field the more you hurt him too.
Yeah. So it was a pretty tough fight, but in the end, the Ghost King was dethroned.
Sometimes a ghost is scary when you find it in a place you don't think you'll find it, like in Metal Gear Solid 3. But a lot of times the ghost is scariest when it's exactly where you think you'll find it. The Isle of the Damned from Chrono Cross is where Garai chose to have his final resting place, and he haunts the hell out of it. I mean, it's an island of bones with bone demons roaming around it, and then Garai is there. He is a white innate element. You just got turned into a cat man, and your innate is black, and your best Harlequin buddy is also black, so he's your weakness to your two best characters at the moment in this, and he just has two big swords and he will just stab the hell out of you with them. He's horrible to fight. Garai killed me so many times.
Yeah, like that's probably one of the hardest bosses in the game to me.
I pretty much stopped playing that game when I encountered him.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, he's that hard.
I couldn't get past him.
Because he's not like overly hard, but for that point in the game, there has been nothing of that challenge until that point.
Yeah.
In a world as happy-go-lucky as the Zelda universe usually is, these ghostly ghouls always show up to change the tone. Pose, like sometimes you're chasing them, sometimes they're chasing you, but it's always just off-putting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
They show up in many forms. Sometimes they're just a ghost with a lantern and it's all friendly, like in Link to the Past. Or sometimes they're just like creepy skeletons with sights, like in Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they're aliens, basically, kidnapping cows, and...
Yeah, Majora's Mask, they were really weird.
Also, the Music Brothers in Kakariko Graveyard, they were pretty cool. I think they were Flat and Sharp were their names.
Yeah.
I know it was a music button.
But without a doubt, the biggest and baddest Poe of them all is Jalhala, the protector of the seal at the Earth Temple.
And whether you're throwing them into spikes, biting their heart out as Wolf Link, or placing a few good hits with the Master Sword, that Poe is no mo.
Imagine you're part of this proud warrior tribe, and your entire tribe gets murdered. Wouldn't you be mad? I know I would be mad, and the chief of that tribe was mad. In Final Fantasy VII, Guy Natak was the leader of his tribe. They all got murdered. He got murdered, and he's back as a ghost, and he is pissed. he's got these two little fire buddies, and again, he's one of the harder bosses because of the point in the game. He's like the most challenging boss you've come to at that point. And he just will, you know, light you on fire and avoid any ground attacks because he's floating. So this boss, you can do some stuff to hit him, but you also have to take care of his fire buddies. He's really difficult to beat.
Unless you have a Phoenix down or an X potion.
Yeah, because then, you know, the healing damage actually hurts him and is more than his health, so he just dies instantly.
Yeah.
But it's a great coming-of-age tale that Red 13 defeated the ghosts of the warrior that his dad defeated, defending him.
Super Mario Bros. 3 was a hallmark of a game. It was fantastic, and it introduced these creepy little bastards, Boos.
Yeah.
Like, they're the only enemy that I can think of in any game that only will attack when you're not looking at them, because I guess they're shy.
They're bashful.
Yeah, very bashful. And they're the cool part is they're not all evil. You get some as party members and stuff like that in some of the RPGs. But outside of Power Star, you can't kill them.
Yeah.
They're a permanent annoyance in the level unless you have the Poltergeist, in which case you can take care of them, or a Power Star. But other than that, you just have to avoid them. And one of my favorite enemies in Mario.
Yeah, and some of them are just like, take it to the next level. Like, I mean, King Boo kidnaps Mario. Who does that?
Twice.
No one's done that.
Twice.
Bowser can't do it.
Mario's Missing doesn't count. It's not even real.
It's an edutainment game. It's garbage. King Boo is the only one who's actually done it. He traps him in a painting.
And there's so much variety to the Boos also, because sometimes they'll turn into bricks for you to step on to get to places you couldn't before. Sometimes they'll possess a piano and just chomp at you.
But yeah, they have a variety of abilities. There's really no end to what they can do, and there's just not that much you can do to beat a Boo.
Now, most of the time, ghosts hinder you, but sometimes they help you, and they're pretty useful in the Pokemon universe. Ghost types are one of the best ones, in my opinion. There's not a lot of them, but
that's what makes them so awesome. It's like a very select few that get the ghost type.
Oh yeah.
They all have really creepy backstories mostly too.
Oh yeah.
It's like the ones that have ghosts as a secondary type don't really have that bad a one, but like Gengar.
What is it? Like he hides in your shadow and waits so he can steal your spirit or your soul, basically.
Yeah. One of them. What is it? Drifloon
carries kids away.
Goes around kidnapping children because it looks like a balloon.
And Palisand has the bones of people he has eaten under him.
My favorite entry, I think it was Sun or Moon, was talking about Gengar, and it was like, if you feel a chill down your spine, don't bother running. It didn't say you're already dead, but it was like he's already got you or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
It was heavily implied. It might have said dead, but I don't think it did. But
and I always thought the Phantom was a terrible backstory because they're just children that died in the woods.
Yeah, that's the worst part about ghost Pokemon is a lot of them are just dead people.
Yeah.
The worst one to me, actually, I just remember this, is Chandelure. Because it literally hangs around hospitals or nursing homes or whatever, takes wayward souls, and uses them to fuel its fire.
There's not a lot of attacks that can hit a ghost, but you can't miss using that type in battle.
Well, that is it for our top 10 ghosts. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the video, and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. With that being said, we've been Brotrio, and we'll catch you next time. Happy Halloween!